Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your friendly neighborhood PM here to give you your top 3 market points of the week. Now, as you can probably assume, we're all getting ready for the Super Bowl here in Kansas City, hence why I'm wearing some red today. Now, I'm sure all of you nationwide are also trying to get ready for your Super Bowl plans this weekend. So, as always, I don't want to belabor the point. We're going to dive right in with your top 3 names of the week. Now, we did allude to last week the fact that it was going to be more earnings centric again, and this week it's going to be primarily focused around tech. So, at name number 3, it is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, falling hard after releasing their quarterly earnings report. Now, AMD still showed strong growth across a lot of their segments, showing double-digit revenue growth. However, where they missed was in their data center revenues, and that really hurt the stock. The reason for that is because now that brings into question their competitive positioning against names like NVIDIA in their GPU market. Now, GPUs are crucial facilitating AI, compute, and products, and those are what funnel into data centers. So if your data center revenues are starting to slow or stagnate, well, that puts you in a poor competitive position and brings into questions in the market. At name number 2, it is Google, also falling after they released their quarterly earnings this past week. Now, Google did still show extremely strong growth, particularly in their cloud segment, growing over 30%. However, it was also this cloud segment which dragged on the stock for a similar reason to AMD and other big tech names. The fact that their revenue numbers were not as high as analysts expected. Now, management did come out and say that that was largely due to capacity constraints, aka more demand for their AI products than they can meet right now, but they are anticipating spending around $75 billion to continue building out their data centers to facilitate this AI demand. So they still grew 30% plus despite not even being able to meet all the demand. So that backlog is going to continue to grow, and as they build out these data centers, should be a good situation for Google. And then finally, at number 1, coming out this morning, it was Amazon, also falling after their quarterly earnings report. Sensing a theme this week, huh? They did have a great quarter when it came to revenue and beating on operating income as well. However, once again, broken record at this point, similar to Microsoft and to Google, they got punished essentially because they are also facing capacity constraints for the demand of their AI products as well. So once again, this continues to be a recurring theme here where these hyperscalers, these large tech companies, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, are continuing to try to build out these data centers because the demand is so strong there. However, they're not up to the capacity that they need at this current moment, and the market is expecting that to be built out faster, hence their stock is getting hammered a little bit. Now, Amazon and CEO Andy Jassy have come out and said that they're planning to spend around $100 billion over the next year to build out their cloud computing segment, AWS, and their data centers to help meet this demand. So these companies are going to keep spending until they can meet that demand. So stay tuned on that front going forward. Now, those are your top 3 names this past week. What are we looking to for next week? Well, next week, we're finally going to kind of pivot back away from individual names and earnings and back to the macro with CPI coming out next week. So we're going to give you that update on inflation next week. So stay tuned for that. Now, that does it for this week's video. As always, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your financial advisor or dig into our written week in review. And if you do not have a financial advisor and you'd like to talk to one, please visit our website and we'll get you hooked up with one that can help you meet your objectives. But as always, wanted to get you prepared for your weekend and go enjoy the big game. And we will see you the same time next week. Thanks again. Stay tuned. Bye.